Have you ever been to a place full of wild rural spaces with a windswept atmosphere and covered in ice caps from the south to the Arctic North? If you have, then you probably have stepped foot onto Iceland, a country with burning volcanoes, charming fishing towns, rocky canyons, enormous fjords. I mean, these things are absolutely giant, bubbling hot springs, and of course a fan favorite, and my favorite also, the bustling vodka bars. I mean, come on, you can't beat some good vodka on vacation. Sitting on top of every tourist's itinerary is the renowned Golden Circle. And that's a big attraction because it conveniently loops three of the island's most breathtaking natural wonders. And of course, you don't want to miss those. But you probably didn't know that there's more to see than just those three. So guys, in this video, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the top 10 must-see destinations in Iceland's Golden Circle. Make sure that you stay until the end of the video to see what detours you should add to your Scandinavian adventure. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and even share with your family and friends who are coming with you on this trip. Number 10, let's start out with Kerio Crater Lake. Now guys, I'm gonna be totally honest with all of you. Some of these names are a little tricky. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce them as well as I can, but just a heads up, they might be spelled slightly differently than I'm saying. So having a beautiful lake is great. I'm pretty sure that we can all agree on that. But having a beautiful lake inside of a volcano or even a volcano's caldera is way better. The popular stop Kerio Crater in the southern Golden Circle offers some great contrast between the bright turquoise color of the Crater Lake's waters and the lush patches of greenery, which makes the scarlet rock surrounding the area stand out even more. Trust me, it is absolutely insane. The dimensions of Kerio are roughly 55 meters in depth, 170 meters in width, and 270 meters around the outside. So it's pretty massive. Researchers concluded that because there was no sign of a volcanic explosion during the volcano's previous eruption, which was like 3,000 years ago, the magma store was pretty much totally depleted. And that resulted in more or less the entire cone of the volcano crashing down into the empty magma chamber. So in the centuries that have followed this collapse, Kerio's crater was also filled with water. Now, depending on the time of year and the amount of rainfall, the resulting lake ranges in depth from 7 to 14 meters, which is still pretty substantial. Number 9, Freyrheimn. Again, that's one of those names that's kinda tough to pronounce. Freyrheimn greenhouses. Now get this, this is a tomato farm. Yeah, Iceland tomato farm doesn't seem to make sense, but we're going to explain this. A popular tomato farm in South Iceland is known for its fresh produce, horse breeding program, and horse events performed in, get this, 14 different languages. And this place is called Freyrheimn. Again, Freyrheimn, I think I'm saying that right, but anyway. Because of Iceland's exceptionally long and dark winters, residents have only had a little access to fruits and vegetables. But fortunately, with geothermal energy now being introduced, Freyrheimn is now one of the first places to cultivate tomatoes. Yes, tomatoes. In greenhouses year-round using artificial lights. Through the use of clean energy, pure water, and biological pest management, Freyrheimn places a high priority on producing the best possible taste while upholding environmental standards, and it's always a great combination. Aside from the scrumptious food, vegetables that are grown naturally taste fantastic, by the way. It's also a must-see destination because Freyrheimn has a wealth of experience in horse breeding. And Icelandic horses are pretty unique. They have 5 different gaits, including the tolt, and most horses in the world only have 4. So having the horses on site allows for this location to offer horseback riding and a horse show. Pretty good stuff. Number 8, Brúararfoss Waterfall. Brúarfoss. Now, Brúarfoss, also known as the Bridge Waterfall, that's what that means in Icelandic, is relatively tiny compared to other Icelandic waterfalls. But what it lacks in size, it makes up for with extra beauty. Its beauty is mostly derived from the deep blue color, which you'll notice immediately. And this is even rumored to be the bluest color you have ever seen. What do you guys think about that? What's the bluest color that you've ever seen? In fact, locals and travelers alike regard this waterfall as Iceland's bluest waterfall. And you guys are probably pretty glad that you heard about this hidden gem here. It's not really all that widely known. Now, this is fed by the glacial river Brúará. That's part of the name. And this river cascades 2 to 3 meters before doing a U-turn and condensing into a deep cleft at the base of the waterfall. And the whole thing is surrounded by dark volcanic rock formations, pretty tough to beat. This produces absolutely stunning sky blue rapids that are pretty much indescribable. And the surrounding rich green flora offers a dynamic contrast to the moving water. And that makes this vista all the more breathtaking. Now, where exactly can you find this? Well, it's actually southwest of the Golden Circle. This is a pretty fantastic addition to your day of sightseeing if you're visiting the area. So make sure that you don't miss out on this and mark this down right now. Trust me, it's fantastic. I know some people say it's small, but it really is stunning. So give it a try. Number 7, Black Sand Beach. Finally, a name I can actually pronounce. Well, it's no secret that most people are used to gold and white sand beaches. You guys probably are. But in Iceland, you can actually visit one of the most stunning and unique black beaches anywhere in the world. Honestly, it looks like another planet. It looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. And while we're talking about this, I want to ask you guys also, have you ever been to a black sand beach? Let me know if you guys have in the comments below. We want to hear from you, so seriously, pipe up right now. And if you guys visit Iceland after you watch this, come back and leave a comment. Tell us what you guys thought was awesome. Anyway, let's get back on track. If you're familiar with Game of Thrones, you've probably seen Reynisfjara Beach. I think that's how you say that. This is one of the most popular black sand beaches in Iceland. The cliffs and sea caves with their variety of basalt columns of all sizes are absolutely mesmerizing. Seriously, you guys probably thought salt wasn't interesting? Well, this is basalt, and basalt is way more interesting than regular salt. You should take some safety precautions as there are some sneaky waves, so make sure you're watching out for those. But there are warning signs on the beach, just to remind you in case you forget. Cause you might be enjoying too much of that Icelandic vodka. If you're in Iceland for even a short while, and I'm talking like 5 minutes, make sure this place is on your list of must-see locations because seriously, it is totally unique. Number 6, Thorpfoss Waterfall. Now, if you guys are in Iceland, you might see a little character in the spelling of some words that looks kind of like a B if the circle part was moved up a little bit higher on the stick of the B. That is, according to my research, actually pronounced like TH, like in the word thing in English. So just keep that in mind. Number 6, we have Thorpfoss Waterfall. Gullfoss Waterfall is the star of the show when you're in the Golden Circle area, and it pretty much overshadows all of the other waterfalls in the region. But nevertheless, even though you're gonna have to take a little bit of a detour to get to this next location, when you're on your way to Thingvellir National Park, you do not want to miss Thorpfoss. The waterfall is a portion of the 25-kilometer Laxakjoss River, which is well known for having an abundant population of Atlantic salmon. Yeah, these guys absolutely love it in this river. They're all over the place. Now, the waterfall isn't particularly well marked because it's not quite as well known as other waterfalls. But these waterfalls still have a 54-foot drop, and they're about 100 feet wide. In the winter, Thorpfoss is even known to ice over and freeze. Now, this location also served as the Children of the Forest residence when they were filming HBO's Game of Thrones. And guys, trust me, this beautiful waterfall is a must-see, so make sure that you add it onto your list for the ultimate relaxing, pleasant, and peaceful adventure. Number 5, another name I can't pronounce, Lagarvatn Fontana. Guys, again, Icelandic kinda looks hard to pronounce at first, but you do warm up to it. I will say don't be intimidated by the language, you get used to it pretty quickly. The Lagarvatn Fontana is a natural pool that makes the most of the local geothermal activity, and it's situated about halfway between Thingvellir, Gullfoss, and Geysir. Now, since 1929, this area's unique geothermal springs have been drawing in tourists, and it's pretty easy to see why. Steam rooms and warm pools with views of the lake are just a couple of the sensations that you can experience here. A hot tub and sauna are also available on site, and you can even have a nice swim in the lake itself, which you can reach from the normal swimming area if you're feeling a little daring. The medicinal properties of water are mixed with magnificent views of the beach, and Lagarvatn, did I say that right? Lagarvatn Lake, which is located in these thermal baths, is one of the things here that's actually said to promote both physical and psychological well-being. And guess what? When you're here, you can absolutely feel yourself absolutely just relaxing, the stress melts away, and it feels pretty great. Let me paint you a picture. As the steam rises from the soil, you can hear the natural spring bubbling beneath your feet from the steam baths. And that sounds pretty great. You can also receive a behind-the-scenes tour of the Geothermal Bakery. Yeah, that's right, the Geothermal Bakery, where you can watch them excavate rye bread from scalding black sand. And you can also eat it. Thanks, ground. Thanks for the bread. Number 4, a secret lagoon hot spring. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the secret lagoon is only really secret in name. But nonetheless, it's a haven of calm and well-being that you should not miss when you're in the Golden Circle area. This is also the second geothermal bath you can visit while you're traveling the Golden Circle area. And it's also the first public swimming pool in Iceland. That was established in 1891, a pretty long time ago, which makes it the oldest man-made swimming pool, which is pretty wild stuff. It's situated in the settlement of Fleur, some 30 minutes from Geysir. And I know, guys, it might sound like I'm saying geyser. I'm actually saying Geysir. It's the name of a geyser. Yeah, I know, it's pretty confusing. But the name is spelled Geysir. Just want to let you guys know. So the secret lagoon hot spring was actually abandoned until the current owner began to use it as a private pool for himself about 2005, when he also gave it its name. Today, the pool offers a relaxing bathing experience and is open to everyone for a price. I mean, it is a tourist destination, so it's gonna cost a little bit, but not much. Now, as this is part of a wider geothermal area of activity, you can also observe boiling pools and a little baby geyser. Taking a warm bath next to geysers that are absolutely gushing water and steam that's just kind of rising into the air is exactly what you need between two attractions. And also, the northern lights mirror the secret lagoon during the wintertime, which provides the most amazing sights, and it's an absolutely energizing experience. When you guys are here, you're not gonna wanna leave. Number 3, let's go ahead and let's talk about the Gullfoss Waterfall. The third and final of the Golden Circle's 3 most well-known sites is Gullfoss, or the Golden Falls. The driving time from Hakka to the waterfall, which is on the Hakka River, is around 10 minutes, so it's really not that bad. Iceland doesn't take that long to drive around because it's not really all that big. With a total height of 105 feet, this is one of Iceland's most stunning waterfalls. The actual falls consist of 2 stages, the first of which is around 36 feet tall, and the second of which is about 70 feet tall. A large 3-step plunge, as wide as the entire river, comes before these stages. And the falls are absolutely stunning, mainly because they move a lot of water. In the summertime, they move 4,900 cubic feet of water over the falls every single second. And that's almost as much water as you're gonna wanna drink after that Icelandic vodka. Both the summer and the winter are absolutely gorgeous in Gullfoss. If you visit in the afternoon, there's a considerable probability that you're also going to be seeing rainbows in the spray of the falls. because it's surrounded by lush green vegetation in the summer and the sun hits it just right. It's a very different view in the winter, but you still have distant mountains that are covered with snow. No matter what time of the year you visit, Gullfoss is gonna leave you speechless. It's beautiful, but it's also strong. It's absolutely striking. Number 2, Hakka Geothermal Field. The geysers of Iceland are among its most well-known sites. The finest location to view all of these natural geysers is at the Hakka Geothermal Field. Storukur and Geysir, again there's that name Geysir, are the two most well-known geysers. And we're gonna be totally honest with all of you, Geysir doesn't erupt very much. But honestly, we think he deserves some time off, because he's been erupting for at least 10,000 years. When's the last time you did something for 10,000 years? Yeah, I didn't think so. The burst of steam and boiling water that rises more than 400 feet is amazing when Geysir does finally decide to erupt though. The best part is that Strucker, which is only 50 meters from Geysir, is much more consistent, erupting typically around every 5 to 10 minutes. So pretty much like clockwork. Although this eruption normally averages only about 50 feet in height, it's still pretty fantastic, even though it doesn't quite stack up when compared to Geysir. Nonetheless, there are also about 40 tiny hot springs, fumaroles, and mud pots. Yeah, mud pots. Sounds pretty interesting, right? You guys probably can't wait to visit a mud pot. And according to Wikipedia, a mud pot is kinda like a fumarole, but it has less water in it. It usually takes the form, again according to Wikipedia, of a pool of bubbling mud. And it's actually way cooler than it sounds, trust me. So all of these things are also present in the area. Number 1, Thingvellir National Park. This national park is considered one of the only UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Iceland, and Iceland's first national park, which makes it pretty special. Not only that, but Thingvellir's long and rich history is also intertwined with a big part of Iceland's current culture and also heritage. Althingi, and I think that's how you say that, the first democratically elected parliament in history, is still in existence, and that was established at this location in 930 AD. So just to put that into perspective, the Althingi, or that parliament, is about 1,100 years older than Apple AirPods. Aside from the history lesson, and let's go ahead and move on to something more exciting, visitors to the national park are immediately struck by its stunning aesthetics. It features dried magma fields coated in Icelandic moss, all of which is sitting in glacial spring carvings and also around a bowl of old mountain peaks. It looks like a different planet. As a matter of fact, Game of Thrones fans will be pretty excited to know that several scenes were shot in this park. Most recognizably, the Bloody Gate in Season 4. And guys, by the way, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, don't miss Iceland, okay? It's really awesome. There are also additional mini sites that you can visit in the park, like the Silfra Fissure, which is a bucket list item, absolutely, for snorkelers and scuba divers alike. So let's go ahead and wrap this up with the sights of glorious waterfalls, green, lush fields, and amazingly relaxing places to stay, not to mention Icelandic vodka. These are some of the must-see destinations when it comes to Iceland's Golden Circle tour. With that said, what location are you planning to put on your bucket list? Let us know down in the comments below right now. And if you visit Iceland and you found this video helpful, make sure you watch it again and let us know in the comments what you guys found to be the most exciting place. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you stay tuned for more vacation videos like this. Goodbye.